Boss, and welcome. I'm coming to you live today, live from MFSN, the hub, Los Angeles, California. I'm Ross the Boss. I'm solo today. No Casey Scheinfold. He is missing in action. Dr. Dan Ratner is finishing his novel. It's going to be great. Comes out in September. I just can't wait. Kidding. I can wait. Let's talk waiver wire baseball. We'll talk baseball. If you have any questions on lineups, who you should start, who you should play, who you should pick up, what you should do to end the season, I'm here for you. We're going to start football very soon, hopefully next week, because I'm chomping on the bit. I can't wait for fantasy football. I excel at fantasy football. I don't lose at fantasy football. How about that? Let's talk waiver wire, and let's just jump right into it. Our cover guy is Victor Robles of the Seattle Mariners. He's been around for a little bit. I mean, he's been playing baseball like 5 or 6 years, and he's supposed to be the next big thing. And he's been hurt. And now he's been traded from Washington to Seattle. He's hitting almost 300. Little power. Only he's played 37 games this year. But he's starting to hit, and he leads off in Seattle. So Victor Robles, to me, is the number one pickup of the week. Get a leadoff guy that's hitting 300 who steals bases. Sign me up, right? Sign me up. So I suggest go to your computer and pick up Victor Robles immediately. Let's talk pitchers. Hayden Birdsong. I love the name Birdsong, San Francisco Giant. He's been pitching lights out. I mean, ERA 2.97, WHIP 1.22, 30 innings pitched, 38 Ks. He's just been on fire for the Giants. I mean, that ballpark, first of all, it's a pitcher's ballpark, so it's great for him. And second of all, even in away games, he's pitching well. He pitched well in Colorado. That's how good this guy Birdsong is. So if I had to pick up a pitcher this week that can start, it'd be Hayden Birdsong. So maybe he's available in the league, maybe he's not, but it doesn't matter. Do your best. Another guy that I like that I saw pitch yesterday is David Festa. He had 9 Ks shutouts, 5 innings against the Cubs recently. Looked great. I mean, this guy, pitcher for the Twins. I like this guy. The Twins did not go out and get pitching. They were happy with their pitchers, and Festa is one of the reasons why. So I suggest, if you need pitching, and I suggest you do. It's been everybody's been getting hurt. Max Scherzer's on the DL again. I mean, it has been a bloodbath with pitchers this year. Horrible. They come on and off the DL like it's nothing. But I suggest you pick up Festa. Catcher I like, plays for the Yankees, Austin Wells. Even with Stanton back, Wells is still batting fourth. He's been hitting the ball really well for the Yankees, getting RBIs, getting a lot of at-bats at that catcher spot. The catcher, I mean, they love him in New York. And again, he bats cleanup over Stanton, which is great. So Austin Wells, catcher spot, I like that a lot. Josh Bell. Josh Bell was traded to Arizona recently, right around an All-Star break. Since the All-Star break for Arizona, he's hitting 300, 7 home runs, 13 RBIs. He's been on fire, and Arizona's been on fire. They've been scoring runs like crazy. They're in the playoffs. If the playoffs starts today, they're in. And Josh Bell, Christian Walker's hurt. He'll still play. They'll put Bell either DH or have him play first, and Walker would play DH. They'll figure it out. But I like Josh Bell. He's hitting well. I don't know how long that's going to last, but just ride the wave. Pick up Josh Bell immediately. Jake Berger. I love that name. Berger. It's Berger time. He plays first base, third base for the Marlins ever since the All-Star break. 7 home runs, 16 games. He's been on fire. I mean, this guy plays for a bad team, but he hits the ball. He gets his at-bats, does his job. If you need somebody in the infield, pick up Berger immediately. Wilbur Abreu, outfielder for the Red Sox. He's been on fire. I love him. Pick him up. Parker Meadows. He's a guy that the Giants had him on the roster beginning of the year, and then they demoted him in May. He just couldn't hit. I mean, it was horrible. And then they brought him up in July. He got hurt, but he's back. And he's the future. I mean, they love this guy in Detroit. I mean, they already said that they want this guy to play every day. So if you need somebody you want to take a chance on, spin that wheel. Parker Meadows, another guy that was traded to my team that I like right now that's on fire, who I feel could be the dark horse in the National League, is the San Diego Padres. They've been playing great baseball, great pitching. They improved in pitching during the All-Star break. They got two good closers. They got Martin Perez from the Pirates. He's been pitching well. I'm not a big Martin Perez guy, but every time he starts, he pitches 6, 7 innings, gives up like maybe 6, 7 hits. Martin Perez, good pickup. I would suggest you pick him up. Not a bad idea. Let's talk closers real quick because I know closers is always a sensitive subject for a lot of you people. Ryan Thompson closing in. Seawald lost his job. Ryan Thompson's going to close in Arizona. I suggest you pick him up. Drop Seawald. Don't even have him on your team. Just it's bad karma. Pick up Thompson. I like Hunter Harvey for the Royals. I know they have MacArthur, but he's been faulting too. So Hunter Harvey is somebody that maybe you pick up for as a closer or as a hold guy. And also Calvin Foucher of Florida. He's been pitching really well in Florida for the Marlins. I don't know how many save opportunities he'll get, but again, I like him a lot. I feel that he'll at least get a few saves here and there before the end of the season. If you guys have any questions, I love to answer them. I'm here for you. If not, I won't answer them. It's fine with me. Let's talk baseball. A lot of stuff going on. A lot of big series going on. Let's just go through today's card and then I'll let you go. The Reds are playing the Marlins in Florida. That game, fantasy-wise, Lidello, I love. I think he'll have a big game today. And Max Meyer's pitching for Florida. I like both those pitchers. That game will probably be a low-scoring game under. And I feel that Lidello will have a lot of Ks. So if you have him, start him immediately. The Diamondbacks are at Cleveland. That's a really good game. Both playoff teams. Rodriguez for Arizona, making his debut for the season. Eduardo, I loved him in Detroit. Now he's making his season debut with a new team in Arizona, going against Blake Lively. Lively is probably the ace in Cleveland right now. That's how hurt they are. But I'm curious to see how Rodriguez does. I'm excited. That's a good one. You guys should maybe pick him up. When he was at Detroit, he was great. He's been hurt. Dylan Cease pitches for the Padres today. I like that. He's going against Pittsburgh against Falter, who's horrible. If you have Cease, you should definitely start him. My guy Birdsong's pitching today against the Nationals, against Gore. You know what I think about Birdsong? That should be good. Yankees and Angels. Ooh, that's a big game. Not really. They haven't announced the pitchers yet, so I have no idea what's going on. The Baltimore Orioles are at Toronto. Basset Hound is going against Rodriguez. Basset Hound he gets destroyed every game. I mean, it's like he can't get out of the fifth inning. So he's up and down. He's somebody I would stay away from. Don't start Basset Hound. Listen, Milwaukee is in Atlanta. Ray's pitching well for Milwaukee. Elder's pitching okay too. I know his ERA side, but I do like him today. The best matchup, I feel the safest, is Gray is at home against Tampa Bay, who can't score runs. So I love St. Louis today with Gray. If you have him, make sure you start him. The Twins are in Chicago. Pablo Lopez, who's been pitching horribly. I've been trying to trade for him, but now I don't even want him anymore. He's going against the Japanese sensation who played great the first 2 months, and now he's not that great. But he's 3.10. And Megana, I like the Cubs today. I don't know why. Something just tells me the Cubs will hit Lopez. Rangers are starting who's to pitch for the Reds. They play against Houston, against Flauber Valdez. I like Flauber today. Valdez, I think he'll have a good game. Lugo pitches today for Kansas City against Boston. I like Lugo. Bellows horrible. His area is over 5. Embarrassing. Colorado's at home against the Mets. Mets will score a lot of runs today. Trust me on that. It's White Sox 20 going for 22 games in a row today. They lost yesterday. It's been over 20 games. They go today. Ross Sperling goes for Oakland, who's just horrible, but he's going against the White Sox, so he'll probably win. But I would stay away from that game. There'll be a lot of runs scored. Trust me. Castillo goes for Seattle. I like Castillo. I think he'll have a good game. He's 9-10. I know he's under 500, but I like Seattle at home against the Tigers. In the big game today, probably the biggest draw game. It's a playoff game. You'll see this playoff in the playoffs in October. The Dodgers are playing the Phillies. Kershaw, who got destroyed last start against Sanchez, who's 7-7. Kershaw's ERA, I don't like Kershaw. It's 5.87. He's old. He's fragile. I hope the Phillies just rack it up on him. I hope I hope they just hit the ball and get him out of there by the third inning. So stay away from Kershaw. That's it for baseball. I mean, guys, we've been through the whole season almost in fantasy, and it's been great. I mean, all my fantasy teams in baseball are all either in first, second, third, or fourth. That's how good our show is. That's why you guys should be watching. But any comments, any suggestions, any advice I can give you, just put it right there in the chat, and I'll answer you back. I'm not afraid. I'm a little afraid. But we'll talk baseball, and I'll see everybody on Thursday at 1 o'clock Pacific, 4 o'clock Eastern with the great Dr. Dan Ratner, who's working on his novel right now as we speak. He's almost done. I know everybody's excited about his novel. I'm excited. You're excited. Everybody's excited. I get it. But I will talk to everybody on Thursday. Thanks for watching. I'm Ross the Boss.